Hi there, this is Ask Allison. So I recently had Darlene send me in an interesting question that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. She says, "Dear Allison, I have my first walk-in food pantry. It's more like an oversized linen closet than a walk-in clothes closet, so it's probably mid-sized. I'd like to know how to best organize it. As well as dry goods and food storage containers, it has to store my heavy mixer, my blender, and my food processor. I can't reach up to take down these heavy items. I do have a short ladder that I use to reach items that are higher up, but bringing down these bigger items while on a ladder is an invitation to an accident." I hear you, Darlene. "Consequently, these items are on lower shelves. The frustration with that is that I don't use them regularly, so they are taking up useful space where often used items could be stored. I find the taller shelf space is being wasted. I try to put tall items on these shelves, yet the upper section is still empty. Do you have any tips for organizing a food pantry? And do you have any tips on how to make the best use of space in a pantry? Thank you sincerely, Darlene." Well, Darlene, thank you for the great question. So I have some different items, some different tips that may help you. First of all, containers. So the best thing to do is to have stackable containers, clear containers so that you can see what's in them, and labeled containers. So concisely labeled containers help a pantry or any kind of organized space work so much more efficiently. So if you've got a lot of canned goods, one thing that I suggest is having wire racks that you can stack the cans on top of each other, but you can pull out things on lower ones. I have mine sorted where I have kind of my canned fruits for like pies and things. I have canned sauces like moles and things like that. I have canned corn and beans, vegetables in one section. So it's nice to have them kind of on multiple layers so that you can access the different kinds of canned goods. Clear jars are also good for nuts, rice, flours, etc., as long as they're sealable, because you want those things to stay fresh. Okay, on the lower shelves, what I always suggest is like underneath maybe some of those heavier items is things like baskets that you label for chips, snacks, pastas, dry pastas, baking supplies, things that you can bunch them all together so that they don't have to take individual spaces on the shelves. Now, this one might help with some of your bigger items, is drawer sliders. Now, I'm not sure if you have a wire rack system or if it's an actual lumber built-in pantry system as far as the shelving, but anytime you can implement the pull-out sliders so that you can pull things out to be out front of where the shelf is, that often really helps. So that might help with some of the larger items, even though you think that they're taking up valuable space. I still think it's great to have them be able to slide out and accessible. Use the door. That's the most underutilized space, is the back of the door. I'm not sure what your setup is. If it's a pocket door, you don't have a back of the door. But if you have a door that you can hang racks on the back, you can put things like your reusable bags, aprons. You can use shoe racks for snack storage, like putting in granola bars and things so you don't have a lot of the big boxes and then you just restock. For some of the smaller items, don't overlook a Lazy Susan. Like in a corner, having a Lazy Susan, you can get the portable Lazy Susans that have really good mechanisms that are fairly stable for things like spices and stuff like that. So thanks, Darlene. I hope that helped. You know, I'd love to see some before and afters if you wanted to share them on any of my social sites. I'm sure that any of our viewers would love to see kind of where you were at and how these tips kind of help to get you to your new organized space. So thanks again for tuning in to Ask Allison, and remember to send me your questions. Have a great day. Bye.